Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming my current full face routine. So I haven't done this in a long time. I think it's been like obviously a few months. So I'm still a little sick, so sorry if I sound a little weird. So I'm going to show you guys the products that I'm using and the technique and everything and how I'm achieving this like flawless full face look. At least that's what I like to think of it as. I don't know, I really like it a lot. I've noticed a lot of changes on my skin. My skin looks so much more better. The makeup comes out so much more better. So stay tuned and let's get started. So I always like putting my hair up with some ears. I got these from Flirt Cosmetics. They sent it to me like during Halloween. So I always recommend putting your hair up first, especially if you have long hair, so you can do some powder bronzer and powder all over your face much more easily and not worry about getting any product on your hair. So I already primed my face and I used the Fenty Beauty primer. I'm going to use my favorite, the Fenty Beauty foundation, and this is in the shade 210. I absolutely love this foundation. This is like my favorite. I know some people don't like it if you have a problem with dryness. I heard that you can just use a very moisturizing primer. I don't have dry skin. I have very oily skin, but for some reason my skin has been a lot better now. I feel like my skin's more balanced. It doesn't really get oily anymore. I actually have some products I've been using, so that's going to be for a separate video. I'll probably do like an updated skincare routine. So this is going to be my updated full face. So I always like to shake the foundation, and then I just like to apply it on any brush and just kind of dot it. Okay, and then I like to do probably like a pump and a half, just because I really like full coverage. That's just me. And what I noticed about the Fenty foundation, I like to use like a very stiff, not very stiff, but a stiff brush. So this is going to be the Hourglass foundation brush. And you can just use obviously any brush you have. A good affordable alternative is the Morphe M439. That's one of my other really favorite foundation brushes. So next we're going to use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I actually got this in the mail yesterday. I've never tried it before. And this is in the shade Beige 25. So I hope I picked a good shade, but I guess we'll find out. I don't know how I feel about this shade. I guess like the good thing about the shade, it's kind of like orangey versus yellow. And orangey is good because it'll get rid of any darkness. But we're going to see how it blends. Oh, okay, it actually doesn't blend out bad. I was worried that it would make me look orange. So this concealer is pretty orangey. I kind of wish I would have gotten a more of a yellow based concealer. I got some on my brow. I think this concealer would actually be good probably just for the under eyes, and then using like a more yellow based concealer on the other areas of the face. But I'm not mad at it. It's not bad. Yeah, like I did have a little bit of darkness and some veins peeking through on this eye, and now I can't see it. So it does a good job covering. That was like a long pause right there. But no, I'm not mad at it. I actually really like the concealer. Oh well. Yeah, I like it. It blends really nicely. You can't see any like harsh lines or anything. It doesn't move the foundation underneath. I'm going to be using my MAC and Patrick Star powder. I really like this powder. I removed the little top portion, so it's just the powder, and that way I can see how much powder I have left. So we're going to use, this is the Morphe sponge by the way. I'm just going to dip and grab some powder, and we are going to set underneath. And since I do have oily skin, I do like to bring it down a little more on my T-zone area. So I'm going to be baking a little bit right there. I'm going to add a little bit on the T-zone area. And then I like to use the loose powder for like the concealer area, the T-zone, all of that. And then I'm going to set the rest of my face with, really been liking this powder. This is the NYX Hydra Touch powdered foundation. You just want to make sure, like if you're going to be using a color powder, you just want to make sure that you are getting a shade that's good for you. And this is in the shade Natural, and this is what the color looks like. So again, you want to make sure you are getting a powder that's good for you. Now, so in my case, since I do have like a really small forehead, I put powder on with 2 brushes. I know it might seem a little extra, but it's because I have a really small forehead. So I'm going to be using my small brush. This is the Real Techniques brush, and it doesn't have a, oh yeah, it's a contour brush, but I like it because it's really small. And again, I have a small forehead, so I just use this for like the little small perimeters of my face. So I'm going to use this for my forehead, in between the brows, the side right here. And I already primed my eyelids and put powder on my eyelids, so now I'm just going down on the nose. After that, I'm going to use my Morphe E2 brush. This brush is so much more bigger, like it's like bigger than my forehead. So I like to use this for the rest of the face. And I really like this powder. I just feel it looks really beautiful on the skin. If you guys have pores like I do, I like to use the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. This is the pressed powder. And you just want to apply this on the areas where you have pores, obviously. So I'm just going to be using a small little brush because I want to be really precise on where I'm going to put the powder. So for me, it's like on the T-zone area. So I'm just going to apply some right here on the T-zone. And then the nose. A little bit on the forehead. So like I said, just like the T-zone area. And that's pretty much like all I have where I have pores. So now I'm going to be using, this is like one of my favorites. This is the MAC Contour Powder in the shade Sculpt. I really like the shade. It looks really natural. And I'm going to be contouring my nose first. So I'm going to be using the Sigma E70 brush. And what I liked about this brush is that it's angled, as you can see right there. So it makes contouring the nose really easy, at least for me it does. So I'm just going to grab some of the powder and just going to be swiping down the nose. You want to make sure you make a nice line going straight down. So I don't know if it shows up on camera, but you can see like it's a line going down like that. I usually like to do it like twice. So on my mirror right here, I can perfectly see, I think it shows up on camera, and if you guys can see it, there's a line going straight down like that, and then you can see, obviously I'm missing a line right there. So now we're going to put a line on this area like that. And then sometimes this will happen, you see that right there. So if that happens, you can just grab I'm going to be using my pencil brush, and you just swipe down like that, and it erases that mistake. So if you make a mistake like that, don't think, you know, it's over or anything. You could easily just fix that. So the closer you put the lines together, the smaller your nose will look. Just like that. And then after that, I'm going to be contouring my cheeks, and then obviously we're going to be adding some highlight. So one of my favorite contour brushes is the Morphe E45. And for this one, I like it to mix 2 contour shades. So I'm going to be mixing that MAC Sculpt powder, and I'm going to mix my Infidelity contour powder, and this is from Makeup Geek. So this one is slightly darker, the other one is like more natural, but for contouring the cheeks, I'll show you guys what I do. So this is my mirror that I'm holding up against me. So here's my MAC Sculpt and my Infidelity with Makeup Geek. So I'm just going to tap on both like that, and we're going to contour our cheeks. So when it comes to contouring your cheeks, you want to make sure you are looking at your ear, and you want to place it a little above. If it's way too low like that, like, come on, no one's cheekbone is going to be down here. It's a little more up here, kind of like where your ear, do you see where your ear starts right here? You kind of want to put it a little below that, so like right here, or less like that. Just get it like where to start it, and then you just build it from there. So you can already see it, it's starting to form. So since I do have a small forehead, I don't really need to contour my forehead at all, but I just want to balance it because I am contouring my nose and I'm contouring my cheeks. So I'm just going to lightly contour just the sides. And this is more just to add some color, just because I did contour the sides of my face and I don't want to be very uneven. So at this point, it's just for balance, not to shrink the forehead. I have a hair right there. There we go. And then for highlight, this is like my favorite highlight at the moment. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. I absolutely love this highlighter. It is so gorgeous. And this is what it looks like. I'm sure you guys have seen millions of pictures of it. You can already see where I did some damage, like right there. So for highlight, I use 2 brushes as well. So the first brush I am going to use, so Makeup Brush sent me, or my Makeup Brush sent me a brush set, and they're all like little oval brushes. So I like using this very tiny brush. So I'm just going to grab some product here. And I like using this specifically for the nose because since the brush is smaller, if I use a bigger brush, I might get some highlight on the contour. You do not want to touch the contour. You want to just touch that middle area right here. Like that. And then you can see it looks more highlighted and it looks like more, how do you say it, like realistic, I guess. And then for the cheeks, I'm going to use a bigger brush. This is the Highlight and Glow BMD 265 by Royal and Langnickel. So this one, just, you know, grab some powder and apply it to the cheeks or above the contour. Okay, so the face is looking really nice and flawless. So I'm just gonna apply the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. So this is the finished look and I'm so impressed with how my face looks. I just love like all the face makeup. It looks really flawless. The pores are very like well hidden, I guess. And I don't know, I just really love it. And like I said, the skincare that I recently have been using now has really helped my oily skin, and my skin like doesn't, or the oils don't peek through throughout the day. I don't know why that's so hard to say. I don't know, I just see a lot of improvement on my skin. And I've also been taking the Halo Beauty supplements, so I will update you guys on that in about like a month and a half, or in 2 months I will be uploading a video with that, including my before and afters. So yeah, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!